Hello everyone, my name is Holly and I will be the English trainer for this hour. The topic we will be going over is on cheating. And let me show you the material.
Но если он смотрит эти новости украинские, он там нагнетают, потом его нагнетенный выплывут.
Hello Nadia, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
How are you?
Very good. Very good. Yeah. I was thinking about you earlier today because I did a class on culture shock, and I was wondering about if you have experienced any culture shock living in New Zealand. Hello?
Yeah. So in New Zealand, maybe because people more polite in New Zealand than Ukraine, more kindly. In New Zealand, so the government organizations have a good so um,
Yeah, okay. So so yeah, so you do
have a good
have
time.
experience.
Yeah, sorry, I
No
forgot
worries.
this.
Not a
Uh,
problem, not at all. So
but yeah, service better than Ukraine. So um,
so when do you plan on returning home?
I don't know. Maybe it will be in few years. Yeah.
Okay.
Now in Ukraine, very specific political situation. Yeah. In West Ukraine now,
Mm-hmm.
the war now in West Ukraine. Yeah, but my people live in, or my parents live in south of Ukraine. Yeah. Now the situation is calm, but it's not stable situation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So does your mom miss you? Does your mom miss you?
What is
Do your parents miss you?
um,
Even though you're in a safer place?
yes, of course, my parents.
Yeah.
But I have a talk with them every day by Skype. Yeah.
Oh, do you? Okay, so you talk to them every day. Awesome. That's one thing when I was abroad, they um well, of course, we did have Skype after I was there a while, but the only one that would have been interested in actually talking to me every day on Skype would have been my um dad, and he had already died by that time. But I tried to get my family on Skype, and they didn't because it was so early. The technology was so new. But so it's kind of neat that you get to speak to them every day. Excellent. So yeah. And so are you there in New Zealand studying English, or are you studying something else, or are you working? I can't remember what you were doing.
Yeah, I am working. I
Uh-huh.
work. Yeah, now, and so I studied English in Ukraine. But here I visited English courses.
Uh-huh.
Um, but so mm, my English level is not so good.
Uh-huh.
I have a lot of mistake in my English. Yeah, I need more experience.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and now I'm going to visit English courses after work.
Mm-hmm. Do you find that you are more and more comfortable every day, um, as as you are in in New Zealand, speaking to people?
Yes, of course. I every day speak in English, but so sometimes I can't understand because New Zealand Kiwis people have a terrible accent. It's like a New Zealand accent, and
Yeah.
sometimes I can't understand them. Yeah, but um,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think the accents are so different. It's funny how some people have no problem understanding an American accent, but have a difficult time understanding a British, or vice versa. So it's interesting. So anyway, all right. Well, let's. Well, it looks like maybe you'll have a private lesson today. Maybe not. We'll see. But let's go ahead and get started on the worksheet. So, all right. Okay. So, first discussion. Imagine you have a vocabulary test. How many different ways could you cheat in the test? Can you think of how many different ways you could cheat in the test?
oh, um, so I don't know.
Okay.
How can I cheat? Yeah, in the test.
We need a few more people that used to cheat in school because I can't think of any either. So, did you ever cheat in school?
Uh, at school, no, maybe not because so
Yeah, that's smart. You and I
uh,
together, we are we can't think of any ways. I'm thinking a crypt sheet. Do you know what this is? A crypt sheet? And that's where you have a little tiny piece of paper with the answers. Um, that's one way to cheat.
okay.
And then
Yeah, sometimes I think all people use crib sheet.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I used maybe I don't I don't remember because it's a lot of it was too many years ago. Maybe yeah, maybe all children maybe sometimes use crib sheet. Yeah,
uh-huh. Okay. All right. And
not good way to yeah to complete the test.
uh-huh.
Because so you can cheat your teacher, but you can't cheat the when you complete the test. Like I don't know which in Ukraine we have test. Children have a test, and this test you complete in the special room, and this test check in the capital of Ukraine, yeah, and you can't cheat,
Okay.
and you after it you have ball, yeah, what's ball? Call.
Uh-huh. So in the Ukraine you have, oh, in English we would call that a standardized test. Um, Standardized test. Hello, okay, Ken. How are you?
Yes. Hello, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. So we have a standardized test.
Okay.
Let me get this right, Nadia. So you guys
Yes.
have a test that everybody takes,
Yeah.
and it's impossible to cheat. Is it the kind that you fill in blanks, fill in the circles?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that would definitely be a standardized test. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have them as
Yes.
well, and it is really hard to cheat those. So, hi, Ake. Um,
Mhm.
imagine you have a vocabulary test. How many different ways could you cheat in the test?
Vocabulary test.
Yeah.
Uh, maybe making card or something.
Okay, crib sheet. Okay. Okay. You didn't cheat either.
Uh,
So Nadia and I didn't cheat, so we can't think of any. A
no,
copy.
I didn't. I never do that actually.
Yeah, copy from the neighbor.
Mhm.
It's one way.
And the other day, someone asked the Yahoo answer by using cell phone.
Cell phone.
Yeah, maybe check the internet by
Oh,
cell phone or
wow.
smartphone. But after that, bringing smartphone, cell phone, maybe they can't. Maybe yeah,
Mhm.
kind of
Okay.
checking. Yeah, started.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Yeah. So using cell phone, copying from the neighbor, crypt sheet. I'm sure there's other ways of doing it, but yeah, I think people write on their skin too and stuff like that.
Ah, yeah, right.
Yeah. Now, in Japan, do you guys also have tests that are just very difficult to cheat?
I think especially the very kind of important test like center exam
Mm-hmm.
for the university exam because once if it was revealed, that Yahoo Answer incident became a big scandal actually.
Yeah.
Very
Which incident?
the student checked the Yahoo Answer during their test, maybe
Oh,
uh,
really?
for entering university. After
Mm-hmm.
that, it was a top news, and the student faces a serious situation,
Mm-hmm.
probably.
Have you heard about the scandal? I thought it was in Japan, where other people were actually taking tests for students.
Ah, identity theft or something. Not confirmed case, but I don't know. I'm not sure. For
Yeah, because
example, if I take a TOEFL or TOEIC exam, I need to show my kind of picture and identification. Maybe
hmm
double check was
hmm
that kind of so it's difficult to uh, cheat. But if it is a twins, maybe identical twins, maybe appearance are almost same. But
yeah, yeah. Well, my sister and I can get away with that now. I mean, even now, a couple days last week, I gave her my driver's license and my a credit card, and she used it, and then I walked up and actually signed for it, and the lady was like, "What? What's going on?" So
oh, what you are twins?
yeah, you haven't seen you
Oh,
haven't,
great.
so you missed the classes where I've showed the pictures. Let me show you. I'll show you
I s-
the most recent one. Bear with me a moment. This is the most recent picture of her and I.
oh, wow. Yes. Wow,
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah,
you've seen that, Nadia, haven't you?
sorry, could be off topic, but sometimes twins think at same thing at the same time, or is it true? Doing same
Uh,
thing or
oh, I don't
thinking
know.
same thing?
I
Okay.
I don't know. We've had our twin moments and stuff like that where I will call her and she will have needed me to call her at that time or stuff like that when we were younger. But yeah, like we have some of the same scars, like right here. When I was 4 years old, I I tried to dive into a swimming pool and instead I hit this and got 8 stitches. Got a very big cut here, and 2 weeks later, my sister did the same thing. So she has the exact same scar right here. So, but anyway, yeah. And Nadia, you've seen this picture, haven't you? Nadia?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw this picture you showed about maybe last week. I don't
Yeah, that's what
remember.
I thought. We took it on Christmas, so so
Okay.
yeah. So anyway, yeah. So we're twins, and so as you can see, we can still even years after school, we can still get away with pretending to be each other. So. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to do vocabulary matching and then do a reading. And so let's look at some of these words. We've got pass something off as your own, estimate, an academic, an assignment, unscrupulous, and expel. Do you guys know these words? Like my sister last week took my driver's license and my credit card, and she was able to pass it off as her own. So that's what that means. But do you guys know these other words?
Unscrupulous.
Okay. Unscrupulous.
Scrupulous.
Unscrupulous. And that means a person who has no ethics, no morals.
Okay.
So someone who doesn't, you cannot trust an unscrupulous person. Okay. All right. And do you guys know what to expel means?
Maybe to leave the school or something.
Yeah.
Forced to leave. Yeah.
There's there's to expel, and then there's to suspend. And to suspend is temporary, so you can suspend a child for 3 days for fighting or for cheating, or 2 weeks or whatever. To expel is permanent. So if you're expelled from school, you have to leave the school permanently. Where if you're suspended, it's a temporary. So, all right. So Nadia, can you choose one of these words and match it?
Okay. Pass something off as your own. It's maybe pretend you created something.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So that is pass that off as your own. Yeah. I'm not sure where I would put that. So, and I can't draw a line. So, all right. And okay, do you have a match?
Okay. Estimate. Guess a number.
Yes. Okay. Guess a number for estimate. Yes. Okay, and number 1. Okay, and Nadia, can you choose another one?
Maybe an academic, an academic, someone who teaches at university.
Yeah, so someone who teaches, so the ES, teaches at university. Okay. All right, and okay.
An assignment, a task such as an essay.
Yes. Okay. All right, and then unscrupulous. Nadia, what would that be?
Unscrupulous is dishonest.
Dishonest, yes. This is 2 words. Dishonest. Usually when you have the SH, it's a sh sound. But with this word, it is not. So, okay, excellent. Thank you. and then okay.
Okay, expel, make someone leave open school or university.
Yeah. All right. So, Nadia, do you
Yeah.
know anyone who has been expelled?
Yes. Yeah. When I studied at university, a lot of students was expelled or were expelled from first course. Yeah, because too hard. Yeah.
Okay, so they did not make the grade. They did not do well.
No.
Okay, so what they did is they flunked out. And to flunk out means to not do well in the classes. They didn't pass the course, so they flunked out. Now, to expel has to do more with behavior. So if a person has bad behavior, maybe they will get expelled. They're told to leave. But otherwise, you flunk out of school. Um, all right. Okay. Do you know anyone who has been expelled from school?
Expel, I don't know personally.
Okay. Do you know people who have flunked out?
Flunked out means, I forgot.
Okay. If you flunked out, you do not make the grade. You do not pass the tests or get the right grades. So maybe you don't do the assignments or something like that.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
hmm Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I know somebody who flunked out, and she's doing really
yeah.
well now. But she didn't make it in school. So okay, all right. Nadia, have you ever passed something off as your own?
Oh, maybe not. Not. Not.
Never, huh? Okay. And
Yeah.
and you guys know I have just because I can. Okay. Have you ever passed something off as your own?
Maybe no.
No? Okay. All right. Um, and Nadia, do you know anybody who is unscrupulous? And if you do, if so, can you describe him or her?
Yeah. Yeah. I met a lot of people who unscrupulous.
Who are unscrupulous? Uh-huh. Okay. And are you careful around them? How do you act around them?
Of course, I was careful with these people. Yeah, because
Okay. All right. Um, next, let's see, expel. We've in academic. Okay. So, okay. Could you tell us about an assignment that you have done recently for school?
Recently, I didn't do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Any recent, sorry, uh, yeah, I didn't do that recently.
Century or this semester, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So you haven't done any. Okay.
Mm,
So are you currently working on research for your degree?
yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, so now we're going to, excuse me, read an article about this topic. And we have 4 words. We have library, penalties, worry, and analyze that we will um, put into the article as we read it. I will write these words in capital letters on the chat so you can find them, because otherwise it's difficult to find. Okay. All right. Okay, can you read the first paragraph?
Okay. When you're sitting in your doctor's office, do you ever blank about his or her qualification? Options are
On the Verbling chat. Can you see the
on the
Verbling?
public. Oh, sorry. Uh, do you ever worry about his or her qualification?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. However, there is a growing problem which could undermine your confidence in qualifications. Plagiarism through the internet.
Okay. Are there any words or phrases in here that you guys do not know? So does everybody understand which could undermine your confidence in
Yeah,
qualifications?
maybe devalued or something.
Yeah, so if something is
Reduced.
undermined, it's reduced. Yeah, so you, um, if because of plagiarism through the internet, which is cheating, people are now not as confident in qualifications. And also the fact that people can buy degrees as well. Um, so, all right. Does everybody know what plagiarism is?
Yes.
Nadia, do you know what it is?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Plagiarism is when you try to pass something off on your own in an academic writing.
Mhm.
So for example, you write a paper, and instead of writing your own words, you copy and paste what somebody else has said about the topic. So that is the best example. But pass something off as your own. Um, okay, Nadia, could you read the next paragraph?
Mhm. Of course. Uh, Plagiarism has always been a problem, although it is traditionally associated with lazy university students. There have been cases of prominent politicians and journalists passing of other people's work as their own.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, so even politicians and journalists, uh-oh, not good. Um, is plagiarism a problem in the Ukraine?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay. How about in Japan?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. And in the States, it's a huge problem, I think. So, um, okay. Could you read the next paragraph?
Okay. When students were limited to the college, uh, penalties. College library plagiarism was easier to spot.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, there are many more sources available to the unscrupulous
So
students.
unscrupulous. Unscrupulous.
Unscrupulous students.
Uh-huh.
One of the most popular methods of cheating is to use an online company to write an essay for you. With no questions asked, students simply need to provide a title for their assignment and for a fee. An essay can be downloaded within a few days. This essay can then be submitted to the university as the student's own work.
Yeah. I've seen job ads asking for people to write, and I'm like, no, not gonna do that. So, yeah. Okay. Nadia, can you read the next paragraph?
One university estimates that at least 10% of submitted essays contain copied material. Worried that students are getting away with plagiarism, academics are turning to technology to help in the fight against this growing trend. Computer software can analyze this, looking for both copied text as well as suspicious variations in the style of language.
Yeah, so as well as suspicious variations in the style of language. Okay. Yeah. It's like one thing I've thought about is if I, as a student, if I bought a paper, I would have to have the same person write every time because everybody has a different writing style. So, all right. Okay, could you read the next one?
Okay. It's not clear how successful technology will be. The problem, according to one professor, is that we are now living in a cut and paste society, where the stigma of cheating is such lower than it was for previous generations. The answer, according to many academics, is to increase the penalties for plagiarism. However, with many universities seemingly unwilling to expel students caught cheating, the problem looks set to continue in the foreseeable future.
Okay, all right. Are there any words here or phrases that you guys do not know? Okay, and also the plagiarism, so it's plagiarism is how you pronounce it. Plagiarism. Yeah. All right. Any words or phrases? Nadia, are there any words or phrases here that you do not know?
Yeah. What is unscrupulous? I can't understand this word.
Okay. Unscrupulous is dishonest. So if you are not truthful, if you are doing plagiarism, if you are not being trustworthy, then you are unscrupulous.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. And okay, is there any words or phrases here that you do not know?
And the many universities seemingly unwilling to expel students caught cheating. That means they don't want to expel students. Okay.
Yeah, so they're seemingly unwilling, which means they don't really want to expel students who are caught cheating. But professors will flunk them. So I had a friend of mine who she was like you, okay, she was a graduate student working on her PhD, and there was a person in the department that she was teaching a class. If I remember right, she was teaching a class, and there was a person who had cheated, so she failed him, and he threatened her. So she was actually very, very scared. So so I believe she stayed the night on my couch. That's how scared she was. So, but I think they worked it out, obviously. So okay, number one, which three groups of people are mentioned in the text as being guilty of plagiarism? Does anybody remember that? Okay, do you remember one of the groups?
Maybe one group is students.
Okay, students, and what else? Nadia, do you remember? Okay, you two.
Go ahead.
Nadia?
Yeah, journalist.
Okay, students, journalist, and do you remember the last one? Okay,
Politicians?
politicians. Yes. Okay, and so Nadia, how can someone cheat by using the internet?
Подключить интернет.
You can you using smartphone to connect to internet.
Okay. Smartphone. Okay, that's one way. Smartphone. Okay. Is there another? Okay. Can you remember another way that people can cheat using the internet?
Yeah, maybe some people offer their writing essay instead of he or she,
Right.
and copy and paste the internet materials.
And they purchase. They purchase
Yeah.
papers online. Okay. Yeah, and then they copy and paste. Okay. All right. And how is technology being used to find plagiarism? Okay.
How?
Do you know?
Maybe copy and paste one technology to do that, and
Well,
another.
to find it. How are they being used to find it?
How to find it?
Yeah.
To use special software.
Yeah. So special software. So I know that there's one called Copyscape. I think it's called Copyscape or something like that. And so what you do is you upload the paper into that software, and they search it and see if there's anything that are exactly the same. And it's kind of interesting. I was working on a project where they put in the work into this software, and they found that somebody had actually plagiarized. I'm like, really? Wow. So, all right. So let's choose the explanation for the underlined expressions. Number one, Nadia, can you try this one?
Okay. If something undermines your confidence. So he regularly copies other people's work.
Oh
She's
no,
not.
it's one of these three. One of these.
Yeah.
So you are more worried, you feel more sure, or it shocks you.
It shocks you.
Okay. Actually, it can shock you, but the main thing is it makes you feel you are more worried. So
Yeah.
if your confidence is undermined, and to undermine somebody, it means to the best example of the word undermine is when you have parents. Okay, and Nadia, do you have children?
No.
Okay, and okay, you don't have any kids either, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, with sometimes with children, you have to the parents, the mom and dad, have to be united. If the dad says no and the mother says yes, the mother is undermining the dad. So that's one example of how that word is used. So it's if the parents are saying the same thing to the children, they're not undermining each other. So, but that's one another example. Okay, number two. Okay, can you
Yeah.
do this one too?
Yeah. Prominent politician is well known.
Perfect. A prominent politician is well known. Okay, number three. Nadia.
If someone gets away with plagiarism,
Plagiarism.
okay, plagiarism, uh, she's not caught.
Yeah. He or she is not caught. Yeah. They made a mistake here and they put she and she. So, okay. And number 4, okay.
Okay, the stigma of cheating is low. Stigma. The penalty for cheating is small.
No, it's this one.
Oh.
The middle one.
Okay, people think cheat is not so bad.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the word stigma.
Yeah.
Okay, so stigma is it's basically how people as a group see somebody else. And if there's a stigma, it's usually they see it as negative. So, Nadia, tell me, what do you think of a person who is who is healthy, but he or she does not work and just takes money from the government or from his girlfriend?
So it's unscrupulous people. Unscrupulous people.
An unscrupulous person. Okay. So do you see that person as very so you see that person as unscrupulous, that's good, and not a very good person, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Ake, how do you see that person?
The stigma?
Yeah. No, just tell me how do you see that person? The person who is able-bodied and healthy and able to work, but instead of working, he takes money from the government and his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, not good.
Okay, not good. So maybe you think he is unscrupulous, lazy, no good for nothing. Okay. So when, as a society, as all of our societies, when we see somebody like that, there is a stigma over them. It's a negative feeling that we have towards them, and because we do not like people who are healthy taking from the government when we are paying taxes, right? So there is a stigma associated with taking when you don't need. The same, and that is just one example of stigma. There's a stigma on homelessness. There's a stigma on if somebody is an alcoholic. So if you know somebody who is always drunk, there is a negative stigma or a negative thought towards that person. And that's what a stigma is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so if this says, if the stigma of cheating is low, people think cheating is not so bad. So if they put the stigma of cheating as high, then people will think that cheating is bad. Just like we have the stigma of a person who takes from the government when they don't need it, that is very high for most of us. Do you understand? Does that make sense?
Yes.
A little, okay. So that's basically what stigma is. Is this a negative? It's a hard concept to really understand. But like when I was a child, if anybody took money from the government for food, there was a stigma. even if they needed it. So that's the negative part about it. So, all right. Nadia, could you do number 5?
If something will continue in the foreseeable future, it's you are guessing that it will continue.
Okay. Actually, you don't know. You don't know when it will finish. So, in the foreseeable future, you don't know when
Ah,
it will finish.
no, when it will finish. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Let's try to use these words: undermined, prominent, get away, stigma, and foreseeable future in these vocabulary words. Okay, can you try the first one?
Okay, my scientists think global warming will continue. Exercise 5. Continue in
In
continue in the future.
in the foreseeable
Foreseeable.
future. Yeah. Okay, so it's just the words just above us. Okay. So
Foreseeable
okay.
future.
Yeah. Number 2, Nadia, can you try that one?
When I heard about George's experience, it um, 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 um,
It's right here.
it undermines your confidence.
Yeah. So in that respect, it undermined. So let's change it. So we would say it undermined my confidence in the company. We're talking about I. So it undermined my confidence. Okay. Okay, and number 3. Okay, can you try that one?
Okay. Is there a blank to couples living together without getting married? Stigma?
Is there a stigma? So is there a negative feeling about couples living together without getting married? So if there some countries and some cultures, if a couple lives together without getting married, it's negative, and they feel judged. If there's a stigma, people are judging you. So okay, number 4, Nadia.
Angela is I don't know. Is prominent.
Yes, is a prominent member of her local community. This one's actually quite hard, I think. Prominent, especially with stigma and undermined. These two ideas are very, very difficult to really get. Okay, number 5. Okay, can you try that one?
Okay. Is it easy to blank downloading music illegally on the internet? Easy to get away with.
Okay, get away with. So how about in Japan? Okay, is it easy to get away with downloading music illegally on the internet, or movies or TV shows?
Maybe stricter than other countries, so it's a bit easier than some countries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I won't even try it in the U.S. So I'm thinking it's very, very strong, very, very strict there. How about in the Ukraine, Nadia? Is it easy to get away with downloading music illegally on the internet?
Yeah, you can download any music, any movies. Yeah.
Okay. How about in New Zealand?
Um, so it's not too easy like as in Ukraine.
Mhm.
I think it's not good way. Yeah, to download music. Yeah, and
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah. It's funny because I had no problem when I lived in Finland, but I won't attempt it in the States. So, okay. Um, next one. Is there, and well, I'm going to go down here. Okay, so, okay, do you think that cheating is common at schools or universities?
Mm, I don't know if up to the university or students, but technology artists to maybe style of cheating is changing, and
Hmm.
yeah, so
Okay,
yeah,
so,
because in the past, almost impossible to offer the thesis. I mean, essays online or copy and paste kind of thing. It
hmm
was impossible in the past, but now it's possible.
hmm okay, all right. And Nadia, do you think people are dishonest on their resumes?
Mm, uh, yes, I think the people are dishonest on their resumes. Yeah.
Okay, and do you think that employers really catch the dishonesty? Do you think they care?
I think it's not possible to recognize it on the so
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
on the interview, but uh, it's very easy to recognize in the first months of work at work. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And okay, what do you think universities should do if they catch students cheating?
Hmm, maybe in my university, there's the uh, kind of students will lose all credit of the year, not only that subject but also other subjects too. That
Okay,
means,
so do you
yeah,
think uh, they should lose the entire year, or how about just the
yeah, technically so, because they lose all credit
uh-huh? So
of
they
the
should
year.
be expelled and just and have to come back. Wow. What do you think, Nadia?
Um, University should do you in cultural yeah, the university should expel his student, but yeah, if they caught them um, on the cheating, yeah,
So yeah, so if they catch them, if
catch
they
them.
catch them cheating. Okay, excellent. All right, and I agree. I think they should expel them, and they uh, okay said they should lose that year, or at least I think the semester. Maybe not the whole year, but at least that semester. I totally agree with that. All right. Well, I want to thank you all for your participation in class today, and I hope to see you in another class. I hope you learned some words and phrases and got a chance to speak. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
Bye.